It's not completely insane, is it? Or am I insane? Who knows? It's a conspiracy.
You can't prove it wrong. Okay, Cassie.
What? I'm scared.
Ever since we did our last conspiracy theory sharing video, people have been asking me to do more. Are you ready for some more modern day type conspiracy theories that I just found?
Oh no. I take refuge in the idea that a lot of these scary things happened a long time ago, so I don't like the idea of modern ones.
Yeah, well, it's either modern ones or things that, like, could still be happening right now. Ooh.
Oh, and are these true?
I mean, that's for us to figure out. So basically, I'm gonna state my case for each of these conspiracy theories, and then you can tell me whether you think that it has some merit or not.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I will say, for the purposes of YouTube and not getting demonetized, I'm not saying that all of this is true. It's just stating some, things that I found on the internet.
Just creepy things that don't add up, all right?
Exactly.
We ain't implying anything.
Just things to make you think. That's all this is.
So you're not trying to shrink my brain to nothing and make me scared of everything?
No.
Okay.
If you do that on your own, then that's on you.
Oh, okay. All right. Test my logic. Let's go.
This one's a little bit, I don't know. It's simple, but it makes you think.
Okay.
So have you ever heard of last Thursdayism?
No.
Last Thursdayism is the theory/philosophy that all of your memories, everything from your life until this point, could have been created very recently. For example, it could have been created last Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yes, and? The whole point of this conspiracy theory is that you can't prove it wrong.
You know what this reminds me of, actually?
What?
Okay, so I heard, and I don't know if this is true, but I've heard it a million times that, like, whenever you have a dream, dreams take, like, a few seconds. But whenever I dream, it feels like I'm dreaming forever. So, like, maybe this is true, and, like, maybe your memories are just, like, super condensed. Something happens really fast, and the way you remember it is really fast. It's only so expanded because, like, you think it's expanded.
Oh, no. I was thinking a bit like, or the government, or aliens, or something just, like, put all these memories and thoughts into your head, making you think you lived this life, but you didn't. You were only, like, just born. Or maybe yours is a little more cool. Like, maybe your whole life has been really quick, but you think that it's not because of these memories that you have of, like, all these past years.
If they put a bunch of memories in, does that mean they could also take some out? Because I'd like some things deleted, please. Some regrets.
Yeah, they can also take out, but I guess maybe there's an important part or reason why they're there still.
But maybe they all have meaning, but like a meaning that an alien wants me to think about and ponder about and regret.
And for example, tomorrow you could wake up and have a completely different memories and life that they gave to you. But you would have no idea because you would think that that's your life.
That would make me a completely different person. Like that would erase me from existence.
It's scary.
Lauren, if I bashed you on the head and like it deleted all of your memories, would you still be Lauren?
Oh, maybe not, because your memories make you who you are.
Oh!
That's like if you have amnesia and you come back and you just don't know anybody. You're just not the same person because you can't remember everything.
No.
Got your brain juices going? This is one of my favorite ones. We're diving right into it. Especially with all the Area 51 stuff happening lately.
We know all about that.
UFO sightings are just humans from the future on a time-traveling safari. I have evidence of this.
Lauren, there was like news that just came out today that there was like a flash of light seen in a black hole.
What?
Yeah. So like, what if that's like the same as what you're saying? Like, what if people are time traveling and they're like, yo, like this is my way out of here. And I'm like, well, I want to get out of here too.
The last time we talked about conspiracy theories, you also talked about black holes.
I love black holes. I'm obsessed with them.
You have an obsession with black holes. Okay.
They're so cool.
The evidence of it kind of freaks me out a little bit. So,
okay.
All the UFO sightings throughout history are just humans from the future that have come back to observe how we used to live. And they're supposed to keep out of sight, but due to like mechanical and human error, they've had some mishaps where they were seen. That's why there's been so many reports of them throughout history, but no attack, because it's just us.
But no attack?
If we spotted UFOs and they were aliens from another planet, they might try to come get our resources or take us out or contact us, but they haven't because it's us. not. So they don't want to disturb us in the past because it would ruin the future. And the reason why we don't see as many examples of UFOs now in modern day history, even though everybody has a camera, is because people aren't as interested in this time period because everything is documented. In the past, there isn't as many photos and video evidence and documents. So that's why they go back. Like, all the UFO sightings are old because they want to see how people lived back then. But here, they don't really care about us because they could just look at YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and find out everything.
There's too much proof that we existed and like how we lived now.
Yeah, that's why we don't see them anymore. They don't care about us.
And plus, like, if you could time travel, like, I feel like you'd want to go to like some prehistoric age and like, or like even the age before the internet to like, cause like ever since the internet came out, like everything is like going so fast. Whereas like before it's like a lot slower and chiller and interesting, and it'd be cool to see what people are thinking about. That's what I would do if I was time traveling, so I commend them.
Well, I mean, it's kind of far-fetched, but it's not the most far-fetched thing I've ever heard.
I could believe that. The chances of it being true are very slim. However, it's not completely insane, is it? Or am I insane? Who knows?
It would probably make me feel a little better, because I'd be like, okay, we'll never get attacked by aliens, because it's just us.
Yeah, maybe the great kings of the future are watching over us.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a nice thought.
Okay, so beards, which we don't really have much experience with, but beards are messing with facial recognition software.
Oh.
And so there's a bunch, like, have you ever heard the like news articles or reports of beards being really, really filled with bacteria?
I have been seeing some of those.
So the theory is that the government orchestrated all these news reports about beards containing a lot of bacteria to make men shave them so that it wouldn't mess with facial recognition software anymore.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think there's anything you can do to convince a man who loves his beard to part with his beard. Try as they might. Although I think with enough societal pressure, maybe all men would just shave them off. Who knows?
Maybe if they put news reports of like, you will die if you keep your beard.
So do they just want their products to appear to work better? Or do they want to like know exactly what our whole faces look like?
I think they want to know what our whole faces look like. That's kind of like
Ooh.
when people used to do the 10-year ago challenge, where you'd post a picture of like yourself now, yourself 5 years ago. You saw those like all over Facebook and stuff. People also say that that's a conspiracy the government started to get old photos of you into their database so they can better have your face and facial recognition over the years, so they can like perfect it and know exactly who you are when they see you.
Ah, okay. There's the conspiracy.
Yeah. Because
at first I was like, maybe they're embarrassed that their facial recognition technology doesn't work very well, but no, they want you to take pictures of yourself so they can keep track.
Yeah, but a lot of people were born before the internet, so they were like, how do we get their old photos onto the internet for us to do this? Oh,
wait, do you think that that's why society hates plastic surgery so much? Because they're like, our facial recognition isn't gonna work. Let's bully people who get plastic surgery.
Oh my gosh, we're opening a new theory. People always are like, oh, you got your lips done. You got your...
Oh, you're so fake. I hate that.
Exactly. It like they put it into our brains to stop changing your appearance so that they can facial recognition you.
Yeah, like keep it natural. Love yourself so I can know your face so I can hack into your brain.
And now onto the women's
Oh, there's a women part?
Oh yeah. Women's pants have fake pockets and or really low pockets to try and make, as a marketing ploy, to try and make you buy more purses.
Oh, so that's why. It's not because like it's less expensive to do.
Bobby said he thought this was because you want your like pockets to be, or you want your pants to be super tight and form-fitting, so you can't really put a pocket in it. But then why do they put the fake pockets?
Because it looks like more complete.
Yeah, I guess so. This conspiracy theory doesn't really hold up that well.
No, it's not really holding water.
Maybe they made it trendy for girls to have really tight pants so that you couldn't put anything in your pockets and then would have to buy purses.
Yeah, the purse companies are like, let's just make it so that women need to wear the tightest pants ever. Screw you, Billie Eilish. Yeah. Stop changing the styles.
And Billie Eilish is here to save us from the marketing problems of the purse industry.
No, but then they're like, let's invest in like jewelry and like cool neck pieces because that's what Billie wears. And like put less money into purses and more money into that ice.
And the cycle continues.
It never ends.
So, I don't know if you know this, being Canadian. I mean,
I see how it is.
I'm sure you follow a lot of our stuff because if we go down, we're taking you guys down with us.
Oh, well, I just think it's interesting, but I wasn't scared.
So there's this whole debate about whether college should be funded by the government, just like high school, so that anybody can go to college and get a better education and a better job. The theory of why this will never happen is that the US will never publicly fund college because then nobody would enlist in our military.
Oh.
If you go into the military, after you're out of the military, they pay for your entire college. So like a lot of people that can't afford college will go to the military so that they can pay off college and go to college afterwards.
Post-secondary is very inexpensive in Canada, and maybe that's why our military is so small.
Oh no, we figured it out!
Every time I hear about like how much tuition Americans have to pay, I'm like, oh, my heart. How are they brainwashing people into not wanting less expensive college?
I think they say that eventually we would have to all pay for it.
Yeah, but that's what we do in Canada, and it seems to be fine. But
well, here people don't like that idea. Technically, anybody can go to college. You just have to pay for it.
Yeah, a lot. Like so much that it's like, even when you have a job, you're like still paying for it.
Because then a lot of people are saying that college wouldn't be special then, because everybody could just go. I was like, yeah,
but that's the point. Everybody needs to be educated.
I don't know. Yeah,
The argument right now is, listen, college should cost a lot of money because if it didn't, then we'd all be educated, and who wants that?
The country would probably do a lot better, and we wouldn't be fighting about everything. We don't want that. Okay, so have you ever seen, well, I know you're on TikTok, but have you seen like the AirPod meme?
Which one is that?
It's like if you're wearing Apple's AirPods, you're technically like a rich cool kid.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So people will like make fun of it or cut the wired ones and pretend they're AirPods and stuff. So the theory of that is that Apple themselves made that meme a thing. Like they either hired people or did it, or made them themselves of all those TikToks and memes and videos about it until it caught on and became an actual trend. Because before that meme, they sold okay. But after that meme, they became the best-selling wireless earbuds worldwide.
Oh, actually, that makes a lot of sense because, like, I didn't really care that AirPods were a thing, but then the memes got me laughing, and, like, that earned media, like, made my brand recognition of them, like, so high. Like, before when someone said AirPods, I was like, huh?
Yes.
And now I'm like, oh, yeah, AirPods. Actually, those would be kind of convenient. Actually, yeah, maybe I'll get some, but I never got some. But still, I know about them, and that's the point.
I have them, and they're amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
Sponsor me,
Lauren,
Apple.
You're making it worse. You're making it worse.
Or maybe I'm in on this conspiracy theory.
Wait, is Apple paying you, Lauren? It's a conspiracy.
Okay, so this one's a well-known one, but I want to throw it in because it's one of my favorites of all time.
Oh, this is a juicer, isn't it?
I forget if I told you this last time, so tell me if I did. This is a pretty well-accepted theory that the Titanic wasn't actually the Titanic when it sank. It was a different ship named the Olympic. Have I not told you this? Okay, good. So there's a lot of evidence for this, and like anybody who's interested can look it up, but just basic summary. White Star Line owned the ships the Olympic and the Titanic. Now, the Olympic was their original ship while the Titanic was being built. But the Olympic had 2 really bad accidents that cost the company a lot of money to fix the ship, and they had to keep taking parts from the Titanic to fix the Olympic.
Oh?
So right before the Titanic set sail, the Olympic had like an incident, and it was going to cost them so much money to fix the Olympic ship. So they devised this plan to make the Olympic, like the brand new Titanic ship, they were going to take and rename the Olympic. And they were going to take the Olympic and rename it the Titanic and then sink it in order to get insurance money by saying it was an accident.
No, it's evil. It's evil, Lauren. It's evil.
Yeah.
I can't possibly believe it's such an evil, actually, you know what? People do evil stuff all the time. But still, like didn't the interior of the Titanic have its own distinctive look?
Oh, yes. So, yeah, that's the reason why this is such a well, believed theory. There are photos of what the Titanic looked like while it was being built that doesn't match up with what the Titanic looks like as it left port. The exterior windows are in completely different spots from when it was being built versus when it set sail. Unless they redid all of the window placements, which wouldn't really make any sense. It would cost them a lot of money. That's a little weird. When James Cameron went down to find the Titanic, like under the ocean.
Under the sea.
He found a giant M and I think P that was on the side of the ship. Why would there be a giant M and a giant P on the side of a Titanic ship? Because it was called the Olympic originally.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so wait, did they actually collect money on insurance after the
Yes,
fact?
They did. They collected a sum of £1 million, which in today's money would be 89 million pounds.
No, what?
Yeah. And it put the company out of, it put the insurance company out of business.
I've been reading so much news that, like, sometimes stuff, like, when I hear that something's really evil, I'm like, yeah, you know, well, that's
what corporations do.
so cynical now.
That's why, yeah, I'm the same way. I'm like, it's not the most far-fetched thing.
The idea that they intentionally sent that many people out to die is like that's a horrible thing to think of someone.
There's also a lot more evidence. I think Shane even did a segment on this, but there was a bunch of prominent rich people that were supposed to be on the Titanic, but conveniently didn't go, and they were saying, or like said they were sick, but were seen out with like women or hanging out. Yeah, so people were saying that they got tipped off that this was gonna happen, so they decided not to go on the trip.
No way!
Yeah, crazy evidence. That's why that's one of my favorites, because I'm like, wow, this is actually backed up by a lot of very interesting evidence. I'm not gonna say it's real or not, but
apparently my great-grandma was supposed to go on the Titanic, but didn't. Was it my grandma or my great-grandma? I remember my dad telling me that once, and I was like, well, lucky she didn't go.
Yeah.
On the Olympic! Oh, that's so horrible.
I know.
Ugh.
Yeah.
All right, and lastly, just something for you to think about.
Oh, okay.
So this image freaks me out every time I see it. I don't know why, but it's called the Black Knight satellite. Yeah, so those are clouds. That's like the atmosphere, the Earth's atmosphere. So that's how close it is to us. Basically, there's a lot more details and stuff that people have looked up with this. I'm not 100% sold on what exactly it is, but it was first spotted and brought to the public's attention in 1940, or in the 1940s. Even though no countries really had technology to create and maintain a spacecraft of its size in the 1940s. The photo was taken in the 1960s. 1940s, when they found it, it was more on like their radar of around like outside.
Oh, so they didn't have technology to go to space, but they had telescopes that were strong enough to see that this black thing was floating out here.
In the 1940s, they saw that there was something out there. They just didn't know what it was.
Okay.
And then in the 1960s, a U.S. aircraft corporation studied data on this photo that was also taken in the 1960s of what they called the Black Knight satellite. But the information they found was never made public.
Oh! Is this like the Area 51 spaceship?
Maybe. I read something on it once, and I read like one sentence and it freaked me out. Oh, according to some UFO conspiracists, the Black Knight is an artificial satellite of extraterrestrial origin, which has orbited Earth for approximately 13,000 years.
No. Okay, well this thing looks slick, I gotta say. And I wanna know what's in it. I wanna go on there. Like, it looks crazy. I can't believe they never released the info. I need to know.
Well, so one organization says that they think, or a space journalist, I didn't even know that was a thing. Space journalist.
A space blogger.
Thinks it's debris that was a thermal blanket. Yeah, but even if it was debris, they found it in the 1940s. What was it doing there in the 1940s?
Yeah, that don't add up, Chief. Are we positive it was found in the 1940s?
I'm trying to look on the Wikipedia page, but I don't know.
Does NASA go, yeah, found it. Found it over there.
It doesn't say the exact year. Where'd I get 1940s from when I looked it up?
On a conspiracy website.
This was found in the year 600. Where did it come from? Where did it go?
It's very just surface level. I think just seeing random objects floating in space freaks me out by itself. Why is it there? I just want to know.
Please donate to Lauren's Take the Spaceship Out of Orbit efforts.
We're going to take that thing out of orbit finally.
And we're going to crack it open. We're going to cut it in half and see what's inside.
All right, well, that's all the conspiracy theories that I have for you today, Cassie. Which one was your favorite?
Those are really fun. And, like, I gotta say, at surface level and, like, not looking into them, you seemed quite convincing. But I know that if I look into it, I'll be like, I don't know.
I know. You poked some holes in some of them that I was not expecting. So, good critical thinking.
I try. Thank you. Thank you for the thinking test.
Oh, well, perfect segue into going to check out Cassie's channel with the link in the description. We found out that she was a pretty logical person, and I was pretty chaotic of a person by taking personality tests.
Pretty insane girl.
Easy.
But we love her.
Oh. So make sure to go check that out. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I put out new videos almost every single day. And as always, I will see you guys soon.
Well, before we go, make sure you hit push notifications for Lauren. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, voice. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.